U.S. long jumper Tara Davis-Woodhall has been stripped of her recent national indoor title and hit with a 1-month suspension after a positive test for cannabis. U.S. anti-doping agency, USADA, announced it. She was disqualified from all competitive results obtained on and subsequent to February 17th, including forfeiture of any medals, points, and prizes. Does she get to keep the weed? Despite having no performance-enhancing benefits, cannabis is banned in World Anti-Doping Agency. Cannabis, marijuana, hashish, considered prohibited substances under World Anti-Doping Agency WADA rules. USADA said Davis-Woodhall tested positive for THC, a chemical found in cannabis, marijuana, and hashish. Her positive test was from the result of a sample collected in competition at the 2023 USA Track and Field Indoor Championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That was on February 17th. The same day, she had won the title with a jump of 6.99 meters. Davis-Woodhall, age 23, has already completed her suspension, which she began serving on March 21st. In 2021, you might remember U.S. sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson had initially booked her spot at the Tokyo Olympics with a runaway victory in the women's 100 meters at the U.S. Olympic Track and Field Trials in Eugene, Oregon, only to have her title stripped after testing positive for marijuana. Richardson was suspended for a month. USA Track and Field opted not to select her as part of the women's 4x100 meter relay pool after her suspension ended, keeping Richardson off the Olympic team. However, and there's always a however, isn't there? Winter Olympics that followed that year, Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and was still allowed to compete in the Olympics. Rules are rules is what they'll tell us, Jackson. But what do you make of, I guess, the treatment across the board here? And I know we're talking about different jurisdictions and the Russians and the Americans, but, again, Sha'Carri Richardson, U.S. team chose to, and she just suffered, there was a death in her family, right? They chose to keep her out of the games, even though she had served the suspension already. And now we have Ms. Woodhall. What do you make of all of it?
I think instances like this show that people have discretion when they're in positions of power and that they can make decisions that make sense. On the one hand, you did point out that there are different jurisdictions, different countries, but a real performance-enhancing drug is totally different than something like cannabis, which absolutely doesn't assist in one's ability to perform athletic feats. A lot of the stigmatization behind that is obviously from the past in terms of like how smoking marijuana can affect your behavior or affect your dedication and commitment to things. So that got looped into everything. But it's really unfortunate when these types of instances happen to anybody, especially when it has to do with cannabis, because we've made so many leaps forward and so many steps forward in terms of legalization and the positive impact that that's had in terms of, just obviously tax dollars that the government can make, making it less likely for people to be imprisoned off something that's now recreationally legal more and more in different types of states, the street value of it plummeting, more and more people getting it legally, and just the general acceptance and understanding that it's really not harmful. And it certainly absolutely does not make one able to run faster or jump higher or have more endurance. So the rest of the world, municipalities, agencies, commissions really need to catch up to where we are with cannabis now and where it's going. But again, I think above anything else, people in positions of power have the discretion to make decisions that make sense.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I think you're exactly right. Your commentary is spot on because this is not a performance-enhancing drug. It's banned, but it doesn't make you run faster. It makes you want to eat Cool Ranch Doritos.
And not do nothing.
Okay, right. And just watch TV, take a nap after a bit, and then get up and smoke some more. That's what it makes you do. Doesn't make you break a record.